Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about something very interesting: exotic animals. We're going to be looking at the top 10 most exotic animals that we're sure you've most likely never heard of. Make sure you watch the video to the end, as the animal in number 1 is an animal that we are almost completely certain you don't know about. And just a spoiler, it's so exotic it doesn't even exist in the wild. Before we jump into the video, if it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you get notified when we drop a new video. Number 10. Kakapo. The kakapo is a very exotic and rare parrot. That sentence sounds very odd, because how can a parrot be exotic and rare? But that's the thing about these guys, they're simply odd. They are large, nocturnal and flightless parrots, and as you can see, they are pretty much the opposite form the parrots we actually know. Before we mammals arrived, the kakapos were very common in all of New Zealand's forests. However, once mammals arrived, they started preying on these birds, and this brought them to the brink of extinction. It was so bad that in the mid-1990s there were only about 50 kakapos in the entire world. Thankfully though, there is now a conscious effort to conserve these guys, as many of them have been transferred to predator-free islands, and intervention has been made to preserve it in every stage of its life. This has massively helped in boosting the numbers of the kakapo today. Number 9. Dik-dik. Dik-diks are so exotic they had to be named twice. Dik-diks are only one of 4 main species of dwarf antelopes that live in Eastern Africa or the Horn of Africa. Kirk's dik-dik is the most common dik-dik, and you can find them in the savannas of Tanzania and Kenya. These guys are so incredibly small that they are vulnerable to a number of different predators, including cats and eagles, and of course us humans. However, to defend themselves they use very popular antelope tactics. They lay low until they know they've been detected, and then they take off, running in zigzag patterns to the nearest thicket. In case you're wondering, dik-diks get their name from the alarm call that the female dik-diks make, which sounds like she's whistling or wheezing dik-dik or zig-zig. Ancient farmers used to hate the dik-diks, as this warning call preventing them from catching bigger prey, because they're alert once the dik-diks make their call. Before we go on, here are 3 quickfire facts about dik-diks. 1. They're monogamous and very clingy. Dik-dik couples spend about 65% of their time together. The female also bears a female offspring who is forced out of the parent's territory when they attain maturity at around 7 months old, which is usually when the female gets pregnant again. The mother dik-dik chases off her daughter, while the father dik-dik chases off his son. Is it just me, or does this remember you of another species? Humans. Fact 2. They mark their territories with tears. If you look at them closely, you'll notice a black spot close to their eyes. They use this to give off glandular fluid, which they use to mark their territory. 3. They like to stack up poo. Scientists believe that this is also in an effort to mark their territory. Sometimes dik-diks will stack up the communal poo, or poo right on top of an elephant's poo, to give theirs some elevation. Weird, right? Number 8. Glaucus atlanticus. With a name that sounds like something straight out of Harry Potter, it will shock you to know that the name Glaucus atlanticus is the least strange thing about this sea creature. It's a very exotic looking animal that recently got into the spotlight because of its bizarre look and resemblance to a Pokemon or something out of the Final Fantasy franchise. It honestly doesn't look or sound like a real animal, but it definitely is. Also known as the blue dragon or the blue sea slug, the Glaucus atlanticus can be found in Mozambique, South Africa or Australia. And if these guys aren't strange enough already, they usually float upside down, riding the water surface tension. The blue dragon is pretty small, typically being just about an inch in length, but it has adapted to attack prey much bigger than itself. Its usual prey is the Portuguese manowar, which has a tentacle that averages about 30 feet. They would usually collect their manowar's venom and store it in special sacks so they can use it to attack other prey. So if you ever see one, don't go too close. Number 7. Pink fairy armadillo. The pink fairy armadillo, scientifically known as the Clantiphorus trontectus, is the smallest known species of armadillo. They are majorly found in Argentina, but can also be seen in some other parts of Southern America. It took a long time before humans were able to find these guys because their aerodynamic shape, their dorsal shell and their sharp claws allow these guys to completely bury themselves into the sand in just a matter of seconds. After burying themselves, they have no trouble navigating the underground, and in fact, that's where they spend most of their life, only coming out occasionally at night to find food. Just because we love you like that, here are 3 quickfire facts about pink fairy armadillos. 1. They regulate their body temperature by pumping blood through their shells. 2. They are so tiny, around 13 centimeters in length, that they can comfortably fit in your hands. Number 6. Water deer. Featuring as the second deer on our list today is the Chinese water deer, which is a very small Asian deer that's native to the Vertol river bottoms in Korea and the Yangtze River Valley in China. They are the only known species of deer that do not have antlers. Instead, they have really long canine teeth that protrude them from their mouse-like saber tooth. Just like other deers, these guys hide until they are caught and then take off in zigzag flight. But most times, they live in areas where they aren't disturbed. In captivity, however, the males have been noticed to use their tusks to defend their territory. From where they are commonly found, you can see that they love lush vegetation that can be found at river bottoms. Number 5. Velvet ant. The velvet ant, belonging to the family Multilidae, belongs to the group of wasps that have dense hairs covering them. Their females are wingless and have an ant-like appearance, hence their name. Most velvet ant species are brightly colored with red, orange or yellow patterns. The females are usually much brighter than the males, and although there are 3,000 species of velvet ants known, you would usually only find them in the Western Hemisphere. Number 4. Cassowary. The cassowary is exotic, rare and extremely dangerous, holding its place as the most dangerous bird in the world. But we'll get into that later. Cassowary is a large flightless bird, and there are 3 species of this bird. The first is the Caucerus cassarius, which you would find in New Guinea, its nearby islands and Australia. The second is the dwarf cassowary, which you would find in the parts of New Guinea with much higher elevation on the islands of New Britain. Finally, there's the northern cassowary that you can find in the northern lowlands of New Guinea. From this, you can see that the cassowary is primarily common to New Guinea. So why are they regarded as the most dangerous birds in the world with eagles, ostriches and hawks? The secret is in their legs. They have very muscular legs that pack a powerful kick that can be fatal because of its 3 nail-like claws. These claws can grow to be as long as 5 inches, which is more than most nails. Once the cassowary feels threatened, they will leap and strike their enemy with these daggers they call feet, inflicting wounds deep enough to tear internal organs and cause severe bleeding, and sometimes these wounds are fatal. Number 3. Pacu. Pacus recently became very popular on the internet after one was caught with very human-like teeth in New Jersey. While they were thought to be mystical creatures by the internet, they are certainly not. These cousins of piranhas are native to the Amazon River. Although they have vicious-looking teeth for their fish size, they are generally non-aggressive fruit-eating fishes. They are also called the black pacu because they are dark underneath and light above. This is strange for a fish because the opposite usually helps with camouflage. Number 2. Liger. In captivity, the hybrid animal the liger was created by the cross-mating of a male lion and a female tiger. These ligers can grow up to a whopping 4 meters in length, and they are very huge and bulky. However, these guys cannot exist in the wild as there is no known adult male liger that is not sterile. A close relative of these guys is the taigan, which is a crossbreed gotten from the mating of a male tiger and a lioness, and even in those guys there has only ever been one recording of a male taigan that wasn't sterile. Number 1. Pink dolphin. The color pink is rare in nature, so if you see a pink animal, it's either the color is gotten from what they eat, like in the case of flamingos, or it's a natural defect or recessive gene that's developed over many years, like grasshoppers. In the case of the pink dolphin, scientists are not really sure. Originally named the Amazon River dolphin, these guys start off life gray. However, as they grow old, many adults, usually adult males, acquire a pink color. They are regarded as exotic because of their rare color and character. In terms of character, they are really difficult to train, unlike other dolphins. This makes them difficult to keep in captivity, and doing so increases their mortality rate by a ton. They are regarded as data deficient because there isn't sufficient data on this species. However, efforts are currently being made to learn more about these exotic animals. And with that, guys, we've come to the end of the video. Tell us down in the comment section which of these animals is the most exotic and which of them surprised you the most. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.